That's absolutely wild to say you don't hate your mom. I think you do hate your mom. He's threatening to do what with your cat? Why do you keep all that in your car, for one? That is crazy. Okay, my friends, we're gonna have a little bit of a longer video today, and we're gonna be reading Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit. I've listened to a lot of stories from Am I the Asshole. It honestly just bewilders me how some of these people don't understand the actions that they take are just completely unreasonable or out of hand, out of pocket, whatever you want to call it. Speaking of out of pocket, you need to take some money out of your pocket and go get you some gamer subs. But beside that, let's go ahead and get into this out-of-pocket story. This post was by Floo_Ella. So, just off the title of this one, it is out of pocket. Just straight up out of pocket. But I'm gonna read it. I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a shot. You're not the asshole yet. But I guess you kind of are the asshole already. You might not be the asshole. I don't know. Long story short, my mom just had her first chemotherapy. She has breast cancer and was sent to the hospital just now, 3 days later, peeing blood. She claims that it's a urinary tract infection, but she'll be back home tomorrow. My husband says I'm being an asshole because I don't really care if my mom dies. My mom texted me something along the lines of, how I'm not sure I'll make it. Keep me in your prayers. Carriers. She spelled it wrong. To my whole family, despite my brother being agnostic as well as myself. The only reason I go to church is because of my mom. Okay, I don't think you should go to church just to satisfy family. I don't think that's right. My mother is fairly constantly making comments about how I need to cover up even if I feel like I'm modest. My husband says she is a shrew and prude. Another reason I don't care if she dies is that she's dealt with major pain issues for 15 plus years and honestly would be better off if she was dead. I don't know what will happen to my oldest sister who is living with her and my dad and her 4 kids if my mom does die, but I do feel like karma needs to catch up to my oldest sister. What the fuck? Holy shit. Some more context added. My mother has never treated anyone in the family poorly per se, but definitely favorites the middle child and oldest, even though she claimed no one is her favorite. Her only passion in life is God. She's always been a helicopter parent, and a bit of the reason I am shy about my body is due to my mom and her heavy religious views. She's had a hard time getting rid of decorations, but is perfectly okay with my oldest sister's children destroying her home. I guess that's not a bad thing, but it does seem very silly to me. As a side note, my mom is 73 years old and her parents died around 85, at the oldest, I think. Okay. People have told me I should go no contact with her many times due to her not respecting my opinion or just letting me live my life. Also note, I don't hate my mom, I'm just currently absent of any feelings towards her if she were to die. Am I the asshole? That's wild to say you don't hate your mom after all of that. That's absolutely wild to say you don't hate your mom. I think you do hate your mom, to be honest. You sound like you don't care at all what she's going through. Like how she's been in pain for 15 plus years, you sound like you don't care about that. How she's going through breast cancer, you sound like you don't care about that. Even if you're agnostic, even if you don't believe in God, you can still care about people. That is absolutely crazy that you are, I mean, jeez, it just sounds like you're a complete fucking asshole to me. That's just my opinion though. My lord. Maybe they updated it, I don't know. Wait, what was their name? Blue_Ella. Doesn't look like they updated. Info. I don't understand why you'd want your mother to die. Cancer and pain aside, has she treated you badly? Do you have a difficult relationship with her? I get the impression that your post is missing some information. Can you provide a clearer picture of what's going on between you and your mother? Thanks. Oh, she did reply. Hold on, she did reply. I don't know how Reddit works at fucking all. Okay. Says not necessarily poorly treated, but she's always been a helicopter mom. I have an okay relationship with her. She's probably the main reason why we live in Georgia rather than Texas. What does that have to do with anything? I'm not sure what to expand on. She's very much only the Mormon church is true, even if she's proven wrong by myself, my brother, and logic. She favorites my eldest sister as well as the middle child. It's my husband, in my opinion, that the middle child is really why she's in Georgia. I don't feel strongly connected to her. She's kind of odd. She holds on to things like decorations, but doesn't seem to care that my sister's family destroys everything. She has no passion in life other than God. You're the asshole, sorry to say. Even if you have drastic religious differences with your mother, it's no reason to be unconcerned about her passing. Imagine if someone you loved felt the same way about you while you're in the final stages of life. I'm sure it would hurt you, and rightfully so. It sounds like your mom doesn't have much time left in her life. Try to have some compassion for her if you can. She is your mother after all. She's the reason you're alive. Yeah, that was my thing. It's like, even if you have such drastic differences with how you see life and religion, like, you do not have to be so inconsiderate, especially of your mother. Like, imagine, like, your cousin thinks you're weird for being agnostic, and he's just like, nope, not gonna care about them, not gonna bat one eye, just because we've got differences. That's crazy to me. Holy shit. And then they said, I actually wouldn't be surprised if no one cared if I died, if all things were the same. I do appreciate the feedback, though. I wouldn't be surprised either, TBH, but that really should concern you. And then someone said, Info, have you been diagnosed with depression? And they said, in the past. I mean, whether you think that people will care or not, you impact somebody in life. This is just honest. Like, you're impacting someone in life at least, and there's going to be someone who cares about you when you pass. You might be an asshole not caring about your mother when she's passing, but I promise there will be at least one person who cares about you when you pass, and you matter. You've made some impact on this earth. Boo_Ella. And I hope you know that. But you are the asshole. Get some compassion and care for your mother. Alright, on to the next one, shall we? Am I the asshole for not telling my parents I got arrested? I'm a 20-year-old student at my local community college, and I live at home with my parents. Back in January, I got arrested and charged with larceny 6th and robbery 3rd for stealing nearly $200 worth of clothes. With the help of a lawyer, I paid for letters of recommendation from both my family, church pastors. I haven't told my mom, but say I should. And even one of my pastors driving 1 hour to speak on my behalf during my hearing. I'm now months removed from the arrest. And after 1 year of probation, all my charges will be dropped, given I have no new arrests and do community service. I mow the grass for my church. I come from an immigrant family that is hard-nosed and values high morals. I'd be the first one in my family to be arrested for something like this. I'm fine with keeping it under the rug for my own conscience, but do I have a moral obligation to tell my parents/family? I think that one's pretty sweet and simple. You're not the asshole. Things happen, people make mistakes, and that's not really their business. You seem like you've handled it like an adult should, and it's taken care of. Just learn from your mistakes, and don't let that happen again, I mean, you sound like you're getting it handled. Mowing the grass for your church, for the community service, and hopefully you don't have any new arrests. But no, people make mistakes. You're not an asshole. And you don't have to tell your parents. You're an adult. You're 20 years old. Even if you are living with them, man, unless it was something that like involved them or involved the household, whatnot. No, you're not the asshole. Okay, I feel like this one's going to be really interesting off of the title, but let's read it. Am I the asshole? Fiance's tooth pain. Okay, small background. My fiance, male 30, is having dental pain. Sucks big time. I can't feel bad for him because for over 8 years he has known about his wisdom teeth needing removed. They have been causing him occasional discomfort for easily over 4 years. Well, tonight, the pain is bad again, and he's crying over the pain. And I do feel terrible that someone I love is hurting, but am I the asshole for not being completely distraught over this? He has known for so long, and ever since getting off his mother's insurance at 22, he has never had insurance. I keep reminding him to get insurance, of course, and trying to push him to get it through his employer, which is also hard because he struggles to keep a job for a little over a year at a time. He has access to insurance, just doesn't set it up. I shouldn't have to do it for him. He's an adult, but I guess I need to justify this guilt I feel for not feeling overly bad for him, because it is preventable. It has been preventable. The last 3 times he's had tooth pain, he had to have the teeth pulled because it was an emergency visit and he doesn't have insurance. We've been together for 10 years now and I've gone through this 3 separate times, now a 4th. I don't know how to feel. I have my own health problems that I ensure get taken care of and keep insurance coverage on myself to ensure I can. Any advice is great, even hard truths. I just need to know if I should feel guilty or not for him going through this once again. Am I the asshole? So, the thing about wisdom teeth is it can get to a point, like, if he doesn't get it removed, it can kill him. Like, that's just simple. It can take him away from you. So, you may not feel bad for him because he's being lenient with getting health care or getting dental care, but he just needs to, you need to convince him to just bite the bullet and get them all taken out, whether he has to pay out of pocket or he has to get insurance, because coming from me, I had to get 2 removed by my regular dentist and 2 removed from an oral surgeon. I got them done at like 26 years old, which I'm 27 now. But it was expensive, yeah, but it was worth it. It was well worth it to not have to worry about my wisdom teeth pain anymore and them not getting infected while being impacted in my mouth. It's a real thing that can get to a point where it can kill him. So you're not the asshole for being nonchalant with your care, but I would just convince him to get it taken care of immediately because it can be bad. So yeah, I don't think you're the asshole. He needs to get on top of his health and his insurance and stuff. Okay, next story. Am I the asshole for having a security camera in my bedroom? Off the jump, no. TLDR, I installed a security camera in my bedroom a while back. A bunch of my family members were caught going into my room and now they are mad that I have one. Okay, so I moved back into my parents' house for university to save money and to rekindle a familial relationship because everyone but my dad and sisters were estranged. I have a dog, so I decided to get a nanny cam to watch her while I'm at work because she's sometimes destructive or getting into things she isn't supposed to. I decided to leave the camera on at all times when I wasn't in the house. I go to my boyfriend's house every other week. Due to my personal items being taken from my room, and I also noticed things just looked like they were rifted through. I asked my dad if this sounded like a good idea and he agreed. And I also literally ordered the camera through his Amazon account, so he was well aware. For backstory, before I moved out the first time, there was a long history of my family stealing my stuff without asking and just generally snooping around. They wouldn't return it either, or they would just act like it was an accident. Freshly washed underwear somehow ending up in my stepsister's dirty laundry, and her excuse was that it got mixed up in the wash. Fast forward to today. Over the time that I was gone, my stepmom, my stepsister, and my sister were all in my room looking around or rifling with stuff. I told my dad and he talked to everyone even though I didn't ask him to. Only my sister is home, so I went to talk to her about it when I got home to see what was going on. She said she was only returning paints that I loaned her months ago that she forgot about. She was upset and called me weird and said that she's uncomfortable with being recorded. I pointed out how we have security cameras outside the house, so I'm not sure why it's an issue with having them in my room specifically when she is never in there normally. And she spilled the beans how she overheard my stepsister and my stepmom talking about how it's weird that I have a security camera in my room and that it's our house. We can go wherever the fuck we want. This made me upset because to me it's just for my peace of mind and of course to have proof of rifling through my stuff when I'm gone. My only boundary is that my personal space is my personal space, but it has been disrespected in the past, hence the idea to keep the cams on. Anyway, am I the asshole in the situation? My gut tells me I'm being gaslit, but I really don't know. Um, yeah, you're not an asshole. You're not an asshole at all. Your family's assholes for going through your stuff. It's your room and they shouldn't be in there like that. I mean, what are they doing that is so bad in your room that doesn't need to be recorded? Like, are they in there and going in there and having a... I'm not even gonna say that one. Yeah, you're not the asshole at all. Let me read a comment. Not the asshole. You already felt your personal belongings were rifled through and now have confirmation. This "it's our house, we can go wherever the fuck we want" is outright bullying behavior. It seems those who have been caught in the act are trying to save face at your expense. You have a right to your personal space and items being left untouched. Yeah. True. Very true. Not the asshole at all. Tell them to stop going through your stuff. Tell them to get their own stuff. If they like your stuff so much, go buy it themselves. Not the asshole. Next story. Okay. Sad Cat 2020-03 posted this one. Am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend to spend time with me? So me, 20-year-old female, and my boyfriend, 20-year-old male, have been together for almost 3 years. Like other couples, we've had our ups and downs, but lately it's been mostly downs. We've been arguing a lot, and it's mostly due to me bringing up how he barely spends time with me. For context, my boyfriend works a 7 to 4:30 p.m. job in the trades, while I'm staying with my parents for the summer before I go to college. We used to live together, but even then we would have this problem from time to time. You might ask how, since we live together. So yes, he'd be with me physically, but his mind would always be elsewhere. He would be eating dinner while scrolling through his phone. I'd wait for him to talk to me, and most of the time he doesn't unless I talk first. I felt like I wasn't even there. I was also working at the time and understood that we needed our own private times, but all I asked from him was to spend an hour of his day with me. At first it worked, but now he's doing it again. He'd be on a date with me, but going through his phone, watching on Facebook Reels, or playing games. This might seem like a minor thing to bring up, but it's really upsetting when I've been the only one making the effort to talk or spend time, so I brought it up again earlier and asked for a break. He blamed me and said, "Why am I trying to argue?" When my exact words were, "Hey, it's kind of upsetting how I keep bringing this up, but is it possible for you to spend some time with me without me bringing it up?" Then after he agreed to take a break, but is now calling me and threatening to bring our cat back to the adoption center. Should I answer his call or not? What should I do? What? He's threatening to do what with your cat? Leave the cat out of it, bro. The cat has nothing to do with it. You're not the asshole. Your boyfriend sounds like he doesn't really want to spend time with you. Sounds like you argue all the time and he doesn't want to spend time with you, but I don't know your relationship too much. Yeah, not the asshole. It's time for you to break up with this clown. He's threatening to remove your cat. That is all you need to know. Dump his sorry ass. You are not a priority. I repeat, you are not his priority. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Why is he saying he's gonna take your cat away? Take the cat away. Take it back to the center. The cat doesn't deserve to lose its home over this. Like, goodness, yeah, I would get rid of him. Like, if it's that much to ask for him to spend time and pay attention to you, that's just ridiculous. You are not the asshole. Okay, next one again. This one is by Able_Pay_6056. Am I the asshole for yelling at my brother over Eminem's new song, Road Rage? I have not heard that song, I don't think. I maybe have. I, 25-year-old female, have always been a huge fan of Eminem and appreciated his witty wordplay and boundary-pushing content. However, he recently dropped a new track called Road Rage that I find absolutely evil and deeply disrespectful. In this song, he mercilessly mocks obese people and perpetuates harmful stereotypes. As someone who struggles with my weight, I found it incredibly hurtful and offensive. Oh, goodness. My younger brother, 22-year-old male, on the other hand, thought the song was hilarious. He kept replaying it and laughing at the parts that I found most upsetting. I repeatedly asked him to stop, but he ignored me and continued. Eventually, I got so frustrated that I ended up shrieking at the top of my lungs for him to stop. Instead of apologizing or stopping, my brother went and told our entire family about my reaction. This led to everyone thinking I was overreacting and being too sensitive. They argued that it's just a song and that I should lighten up. Now, my relationship with my brother is strained. He thinks I'm blowing things out of proportion and making a big deal out of nothing, while I feel completely unsupported and disrespected by him and the rest of my family. I get that maybe yelling wasn't the best response and might have escalated things unnecessarily, but I also feel that my feelings were valid and that my brother should have respected my request to stop playing the song. So, am I the asshole for yelling at my brother over Eminem's new song, Road Rage, and getting mad when he told the whole family, making the situation even worse? God, I really want to just say it's just a song. The thing that really gets me is, like, you say you've always been a huge fan of Eminem and his boundary pushing content, but you draw the line at it being about obesity or, shit like that. You can't draw a line like that. You can't let other people be picked on and be bullied or mocked or whatever you call it. I just think that's hypocritical. Like, it is just a song, and I think you're the asshole for being that way. Am I wrong for that though? Let me know your guys' opinion in the comments. Also, leave a like if you're enjoying the video. It really helps out a lot, and I appreciate it very much. You know, you can go ahead and sub as well, you know, if you want to, but that's up to you. You don't have to. But let's get into the next story, because, yeah, they were the asshole in my opinion. Y'all know the deal. Next one. This one is posted by SingleWare8951. Am I the asshole for asking my wife what the fuck is wrong with her after she got my car stolen from? Okay. I, 42 male, am married to 41 female. I have this one convertible, which I'm hesitant to let my wife drive because she has a really bad habit of leaving the top down when she parks and does whenever she needs to. So on Wednesday, my wife went to the grocery store and took my car for some reason, and I couldn't really protest because I wasn't home. Well, she left my top down as usual. When she came back, most of the stuff I had in my car was gone. I keep an emergency $2,000 in my car just in case. They took my AirPods, which I had left in there, $250, and headphones I was supposed to give to my daughter for her birthday, $550. Jumper cables, my dash camera, $380, some camera equipment, $7,000 plus, I believe. So in all, $10,000 plus worth of things. I was absolutely pissed because that's all stuff I have to replace due to her negligence. And when she told me, I'll admit my reaction was not kind. I said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" and asked her how hard it is to remember to put the top back up. She started to trying to defend herself, but I didn't want to hear that either, so I just left. Even as I type this, I'm still kind of upset, but not as upset. I've talked about it with her, but I can tell she's still a bit frustrated with me. Am I the asshole? I mean, if she knew about all that stuff being in the car, which I'm assuming she did since she drives it and she's married to you, then no, you're not the asshole. Because that is a lot of money and a lot of valuables. Why do you keep all that in your car? Why do you keep all that in your car, for one? That is crazy. It says info. Did your wife know about what was in the car at the time, and have you explicitly told her to not drive it without permission? Note to add, after what OP replied to this, note to add for this specific situation, yes, you shouldn't have had this in your car, but your wife leaving it open was stupid on her end, and also taking the car, despite you telling her not to, is an asshole move. Yes, and yes, we went to the lake the day before, hence the camera stuff, and the gift was just something I forgot was in there until I made this post. Oh, okay. So yeah, she definitely knew. Yeah, you're not the asshole. She is definitely just negligent. That is going to be all for this video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment on what kind of subreddit you want to see me read. And I will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.